Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Lodhi Audiobooks channel. In this video, we will continue English version of Bahar-e-Shariat, Splendour, Volume 1. Before that, if you still not subscribe, please subscribe and press bell icon. So let's start. Prophets have conveyed everything that Allah Ta'ala commanded them to deliver to the people. Whoever claims that they concealed something or did not deliver the message due to a artifice or deception, taqiyya, whether out of fear or for any other reason, is a kafir. It is impossible for the prophets to forget or commit mistakes in delivering the commandments of Allah Ta'ala. It is necessary for them to be free from physical deformities and such diseases which common people find repugnant, such as white patches, vitiligo or leprosy, etc. Allah Ta'ala has given prophets partial knowledge of unseen. Every prophet knows about every speck in the heavens and the earth. But this knowledge is given to them by Allah Ta'ala and therefore bestowed knowledge, atai. It is muhal for Allah's knowledge to be bestowed, atai, because none of His attributes are bestowed by anyone, which are His own, pre-eternal and self-subsisting. Those who absolutely deny that prophets have any knowledge of the unseen, including the leader of all prophets, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, are similar to those who are described in the following verse. أَفَتُؤْمِنُونَ بِبَعْضِ الْكِتَابِ وَتَكْفُرُونَ بِبَعْضٍ. Translation: Do you believe in certain portions of the book and disbelieve in certain other parts? They only cite verses which mention negation and deliberately ignore verses which explicitly affirm that prophets have been given knowledge of the unseen, even though both kind of verses affirming and negating are present in the Quran. The negating verses are for autonomous knowledge, Zati, which is the exclusive attribute of Allah Ta'ala, and the affirming verses are for granted knowledge, atai, which prophets are given, and is not befitting the majesty of Allah Azza wa Jal. It is patently wrong to say, if one believes that prophets have knowledge of every particle, it then necessitates that their knowledge is equal to that of Allah Ta'ala, because equality is established only when one claims that the knowledge of prophets is the same in every aspect, whether kind of knowledge or amount of knowledge, as that of Allah Ta'ala, and only a disbeliever will make such a claim. Particles are finite and the knowledge of Allah Ta'ala is infinite, or else it will imply ignorance, which is muhal for Allah Ta'ala. If knowledge is deemed equal just because prophets are also given that part of knowledge, then this argument can be extended for existence as well, in which case there will not be any difference between wajib, who exists, and mumkin, that also exists, and merely because both exist, they should therefore become equal. We seek Allah's refuge, and to say that the creator and creation, mumkin, are equal is explicit kufr and open idolatry. The purpose of the coming of prophets is to give information of the unseen. Paradise, hell, judgment day, resurrection, reward, punishments are all matters that are unseen. Prophets are sent to teach us about these things, which cannot be known by the mind or discovered by the senses. Awliya are also given some part of the unseen through the medium of prophets. Prophets are superior, afzal, to everyone else in the creation, even messenger angels. A friend of Allah, wali, howsoever great in worship and piety, can never be equal to a prophet. Whoever says that a non-prophet is superior to a prophet, such a person is a kafir. It is obligatory for everyone for then to respect and revere all prophets. In fact, it is the fundamental obligation over and above all other Islamic obligations. It is apostasy to disrespect or belie the prophets, irrespective of how minor such disrespect may be. Many prophets were sent by Allah Ta'ala from the time of Sayyidina Adam al-Islam to that of our Prophet, the Master of Creation Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Some prophets are mentioned by their names in the Quran, and their blessed names are Sayyidina Adam al-Islam, Sayyidina Nuh al-Islam, Sayyidina Ibrahim al-Islam, Sayyidina Ismail al-Islam, Sayyidina Ishaq al-Islam, Sayyidina Yaqub al-Islam, Sayyidina Yusuf al-Islam, Sayyidina Musa al-Islam, Sayyidina Harun al-Islam, Sayyidina Shuaib al-Islam, Sayyidina Lut al-Islam, Sayyidina Hud al-Islam, Sayyidina Dawood al-Islam, Sayyidina Sulaiman al-Islam, Sayyidina Ayub al-Islam, Sayyidina Zakaria al-Islam, Sayyidina Yahya al-Islam, Sayyidina Isa al-Islam, Sayyidina Ilyas al-Islam, Sayyidina Elisha al-Islam, Al-Yasa, and in English Elisha, Sayyidina Yunus, in English Jonas al-Islam. All their English names are also written in front of them. Sayyidina Idris al-Islam, Sayyidina Zulkifl al-Islam, Sayyidina Saleh al-Islam, Sayyidina Uzair al-Islam, Sayyidina Muhammad al-Islam. Sayyidina Adam al-Islam was created from clay, and he was not born of a mother or a father who sired him. Allah Ta'ala made Sayyidina Adam al-Islam his deputy Khalifa on earth and taught him the names and gave him knowledge of all things. He commanded all the angels to bow down in prostration to Adam al-Islam. Satan refused to bow down and was therefore damned for eternity. Satan was a jinn, but he was assiduous in worship and was always busy in prayer. He was therefore deemed one among the angels. Humans did not exist prior to Sayyidina Adam al-Islam. All humans have descended from him, and he is the father of all humans and hence called Abu al-Bashar. The first prophet is Sayyidina Adam al-Islam. Sayyidina Nuh al-Islam is the first of the messengers sent to guide the disbelievers. He preached for a period of 950 years. Disbelievers in his time were very cruel and rude. They tormented him, ridiculed him, and made fun of him. Only a handful became Muslims in this lengthy period. When he saw that few people changed their ways and the rest were obdurate and were adamant upon disbelief, he was vexed and beseeched Allah Ta'ala to punish the disbelievers and to exterminate them. This resulted in divine wrath and a great storm which flooded the earth, the Great Flood. Only a few humans, Muslims, and pairs of animals that were taken on the ark were saved. Every other being on land perished in that great flood. It is not permissible to fix a specific figure for the number of prophets, as there are differing opinions in this matter. If one fixes a number, there is a possibility that either a prophet is excluded or a non-prophet is included in the group of prophets, and both actions are disbelief. Therefore, we simply state that we bear faith in all the prophets of Allah Ta'ala. Prophets differ in ranks. Some are greater in rank than others. The highest and the most superior is our master, the chief of all prophets, Sayyidina Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. After him is the friend of Allah, Khalil, Sayyidina Ibrahim Alayhi Salam. After him is the rank of Sayyidina Musa Alayhi Salam. After him is Sayyidina Isa Alayhi Salam. After him is Sayyidina Nuh Alayhi Salam. These five messengers are known as the prominent ones, Ulul Azm, and they are higher than others. Prophets and angels, men and jinn, and everyone else in the entire creation. Our Prophet ﷺ is the leader of and is superior to all other prophets and messengers. and on his account, his followers, our nation, our ummah, is superior to all other nations. All prophets hold a high rank, they have a lofty station and esteem, wajih, near the Lord Almighty. Whoever says that they are like menial scavengers or cobblers in the presence of Allah Ta'ala has explicitly insulted the prophets of Allah and has thus committed blasphemy. Among other proofs of prophethood is that a prophet will openly proclaim his being a prophet, and to prove that he is indeed truthful, he will agree to perform things which are deemed impossible by common observation, things that defy natural laws. The prophet challenges those who disbelieve in him to perform similar miracles. Allah Ta'ala will validate his claim and make such a miraculous thing to occur. Those who disbelieve in him will be powerless to counter or match it. Such miracles are known as mu'jiza. For example, the miraculous she-camel of Sayyidina Saleh al-Islam, the staff of Sayyidina Musa al-Islam, which would transform into a serpent, and his hand which would become luminous, Yad-e-Beza. Sayyidina Isa al-Islam gave life to the dead, cured lepers and the congenitally blind, and above all the numerous miracles of our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Whoever makes a false claim of being a prophet and asserts that he can produce a miracle will be unable to produce it. Otherwise, it would be impossible to differentiate between a true prophet and a false claimant. Note, events that defy natural laws are classified thus: those which occur upon the hands of prophet prior to their advent or announcement as prophets are known as irhas. Miracles that happen for awliya are known as karama. Extraordinary things that happen upon command or wish or prayer of common Muslims are known as mauna. If such a thing occurs upon the claim of disbelievers, evil people, brazen sinners and tyrants, it is istidraj, and if things happen contrary to their claim, which humiliates them, such happenings are known as ihana. Prophets are alive in their graves just as they were alive in this world, and they are given sustenance. They can go wherever they please. They have to taste death and pass through that barrier because of the divine promise. However, after experiencing that moment of death, they are revived and are given life. The lives of the prophets after their deaths are real and are far more superior and lofty than the lives of martyrs. It is therefore that the property of martyrs shall be distributed among their inheritors, and the widows of martyrs are allowed to remarry after the waiting period, unlike the prophets, whose property cannot be distributed, nor is it permissible for their wives to remarry. Beliefs concerning the prophets in general and attributes common to all the prophets were mentioned until here. From this point onward, we will discuss the exclusive attributes of our Master Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. For this video, we will finish here. In the next video, we will start, inshallah, the next chapter of our Master Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And till then, goodbye, Allah Hafiz. We will meet in the next video, inshallah. Please keep sharing and must subscribe, because still 75-78% people who are listening, they didn't subscribe. Thank you. We will meet again, inshallah.